First at 4, making progress. The head of the FDA has an updated prediction on the reopening of this baby formula plant in Michigan, but he sees some bigger problems ahead. One bride paid nearly $14,000 for this dress. Now someone else could get it for a lot less while helping cancer patients. We'll show you how. Plus, here's Paul.
Well, I'll tell you, after yesterday's rain, this is a pretty picture. Now, yesterday's 50s were replaced by today's 70s, and tomorrow we're going to be heating up well into the 80s to near 90, and then this starts getting active again. I'll have a complete forecast coming up first at 4.
Local 4 News starts now with a breaking news alert.
Good afternoon. I'm Karen Drew. Just minutes ago, a CDC advisory committee voted in favor of recommending a booster dose of Pfizer's vaccine for children ages 5 to 11. Pfizer says in its clinical trial, a booster dose of the vaccine raised Omicron-fighting antibodies by 36 times in this age group. No new safety issues were found. The most common side effects were pain at the injection site, followed by fatigue, aches, and chills. Our Dr. Frank McGeorge has been following today's meeting, joins us live with the latest and his reaction. Doc, what do you think about this?
Well, you know, Karen, the panel of outside experts clearly agreed that the potential benefits of a booster outweighed any potential risk. There is, however, a question of demand. Right now, only 35% of American children in this age group have received at least one dose of the vaccine, and only 28% are fully vaccinated. However, we are seeing an increasing number of cases of COVID in children, and those who are unvaccinated are twice as likely to be hospitalized for COVID. Now, not surprisingly, a large portion of the public comment at today's meeting was actually by parents that were pushing for a vaccine for children under 5, which is frankly the only age group still unprotected.
All right, Doc, thanks for that update. I know you're working on an update for us tonight at 5, so we'll join you then. Also, first at 4 this afternoon, the head of the FDA on the hot seat right now over the baby formula shortage, dropping a piece of encouraging news about reopening that Abbott plant in Michigan. Listen closely.
I'm pleased to say today we've already made significant progress, and I think we are on track to get open within the next week to 2 weeks.
Now, that's one part of the campaign to restock store shelves. Devin Skillion in the newsroom with more. Devin.
Karen, a lot of viewers will remember that plant over in western Michigan closed after a nationwide recall connected to safety concerns of the plant. Abbott is one of just 4 companies that provide roughly 90% of the baby formula in America. Biden administration now launching a full court press to try to solve what has been a very frustrating and dangerous shortage. The president has now invoked the Defense Production Act to force companies to prioritize making more formula. He's also sending Defense Department planes overseas to bring baby formula back from abroad. That effort now dubbed Operation Fly Formula. The FDA is also streamlining its process to make it easier to import baby formula. Lawmakers from both parties, though, are questioning why it took so long to recognize this shortage. The FDA commissioner says the entire system would need to be changed to prevent similar shortages in the future.
We also have no authority or dedicated resources to monitor and respond to supply chain disruptions. This crisis has shown us the impact of having a single manufacturer cease production for a brief period. And unless we strengthen the resilience of our supply chain, we could be one natural disaster, quality mishap, or cyber attack from being here again.
Consumer investigator Hank Winchester is also going through the testimony that was given today. He'll join us at 5 with more highlights from what we've learned. Karen, until then, we'll send it back to you.
All right. Thank you, Devin. Well, the teenager accused in the Oxford High School shooting will remain in the Oakland County Jail as he awaits trial. Every 30 days, 16-year-old Ethan Crumbly makes court appearances to see if there is a reason to move him to a juvenile's facility. He's charged with murder as an adult in the deaths of 4 students at Oxford High School. During today's virtual hearing, no arguments were made for or against moving Crumbly, so the judge confirmed Crumbly stays in adult jail. His trial is set for September. In this Local 4 update, the Macomb County Sheriff's Office wraps up its investigation of this police-involved shooting in Roseville. Witnesses say Frank Robles crashed his Chevy Silverado head-on into a semi on Groesbeck near 12 Mile. That was back on April 26th. When officers arrived, they say Robles got out of his truck with a knife and refused to put it down. They say Robles moved toward Officer Chad Lee, who fired 9 shots, killing Robles. The sheriff's office says there's no evidence to support criminal charges. The investigation is officially now closed. All right, let's talk about that first forecast. Pretty gorgeous out there. Evening looking really nice ahead. Let's bring in meteorologist Paul Gross standing by. Doesn't seem like there's much to worry about.
Almost nothing to worry about. There's one little teeny fly in the ointment, or in the case of my green screen, there was a little spider in the ointment, but we took care of him. Thanks, Wes. Anyhow, 80 degrees right now at Metro Airport. We have 75 at City Airport, but where you're getting the wind off the water, it's only 69 at Grosse Ile, 20 Celsius in Harrow. That's 68 Fahrenheit, 19 Celsius Point Pelee. That's 67. But again, inland, we're in the 70s, Livonia, Canton, over to West Bloomfield, Troy, Sterling Heights, Mount Clemens, and in our south zone, similar numbers, 77 at Carlton, 75 at Deerfield. We have 75 right now at Saline, and in our west zone, it's mid-70s here, top to bottom here, and in our north zone, same deal, low 70s to mid-70s by the time you get to the M59 corridor. All right. Small chance for an isolated shower early this evening, mainly around the I-94 corridor, but most of us have a dry, pleasant evening, temperatures falling through the 60s this evening. And then we have to talk about the heat tomorrow and the thunderstorm chances ramping up. We'll do that in just a few, Karen.
All right, we appreciate it. Thank you, Paul. We'll check back. In the middle of an election year, Governor Gretchen Whitmer is now proposing a tax rebate to help working families fight inflation. In a letter to lawmakers, she says the state currently has a budget surplus, so she's rolled out this tax rebate plan. She wants to send $500 to Michigan's working families as quickly as possible. Now, we did ask the governor's office exactly who would be eligible. Spokesperson says those details still need to be worked out. State Republicans are working on their own income and property tax cut plans. United States Senate has overwhelmingly approved a new aid package for Ukraine. The $40 billion plan for military and humanitarian support is now headed to President Biden, who is expected to sign the bill quickly. Russia and Ukraine are fighting a war, and they're also fighting a battle over war crimes. Russia says a total of 1,700 Ukrainians have now surrendered after leaving a steel plant in Mariupol. The Red Cross is scrambling to register them as prisoners of war to make sure they receive humane treatment. Russia is threatening some of the fighters might be charged with war crimes. A Russian soldier who's already pleaded guilty to shooting an unarmed Ukrainian apologized to the man's widow in court today. The soldier said he was following orders. The victim's widow said she'd like the soldier to get life in prison, but she'd also understand if he's traded for defenders of the Mariupol steel plant. Meantime, President Biden met with the leaders of Sweden and Finland at the White House today. They are talking about those two countries joining NATO. The U.S. favors their entry, but fellow NATO member Turkey is against the idea. A NATO member can vote new applications in and veto them. We'll keep you posted. Weddings, we all know they're a big business once again as pandemic restrictions disappear. And one of the biggest expenses can be that all-important wedding gown. But there's one salon over in Ann Arbor where dresses can cost less than $100, and the purchase helps cancer patients. Paula Tutman at the salon this afternoon. And Paula, this is a big deal right now because we are in peak wedding season.
Oh, yeah, we are. Now, I want you to just take a look at this one. This back is so beautiful, it makes you want to walk down the aisle backwards. That's how incredible this shop is. And you know what? Bridal shops and venues are actually reporting a 12% increase in bookings from pre-pandemic ages. And that means the race is on to find the perfect dress at the perfect price. This spring, the race is on to find what is likely the most expensive dress a woman might ever own, a wedding gown. And the Brides Project in Ann Arbor is here to help.
We have about 1,200 gowns in shop. They range in size from 0 to 30.
Not like most any other bridal salon, this one is a nonprofit. Brides have donated their gowns and accessories. Bridal salons donate their samples, and at the end result, the Brides Project sells those gently used or not used at all gowns at a fraction of what wedding gowns usually cost.
This is a Lazaro.
Lazaros can top $7,000.
Priced at $850. This one's $900. $300 this dress is. This is a $350. This is an Olay Cassini. And this was probably, it was originally $750.
And the best part, the very best part is, of everything that's sold, the proceeds go to help fund programs
for cancer patients.
Cancer Support Community is a nonprofit in the Ann Arbor area that founded the Brides Project as a DBA entirely to raise funds to support the Cancer Support Community programs.
What they provide is kind of like the non-clinical side of cancer treatment. Counseling, nutrition, yoga, art therapy, kitty kickers for cancer, to cancer patients, their families, their caregivers, in Washtenaw County free of charge.
Dresses start at $99. The most expensive gown rarely goes for more than $1,000. Every once in a while, a stunner like this one comes in, a nearly $14,000 Panina Tournée that will be sold for only $3,500, a mere fraction of what it actually cost the original bride.
I'm Greek, and it was like just Grecian enough.
Erica purchased her dress here, just got married, and was back today to redonate the gown.
In fact, it was so cheap that my dad felt guilty that wasn't like enough of a donation, so he ended up donating a bunch of money to the Brides Project too, because he was like, well, I expected to spend this much on my daughter's wedding dress, so like, here, just take it as a donation.
Yeah, it's for a great cause. And so that means a dress like this that is loved, coveted, cherished, worn, partied in, can actually be donated. It's really the ultimate way to show love and appreciation. And this beautiful dress, walking down the aisle backwards, can actually live on beyond the day. So it's the Brides Project in Ann Arbor. What a great way to recycle, Karen.
Oh, it sure is. One love story helping the next love story. I like that. Thank you, Paula.
Oh, I like that. Yeah.
Well, thanks.